to it, you know.
That's your childhood dream.
Yes, yes, and it happened, you know. So, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing, you
Fantastic.
know. Yeah, to see people enjoying your creation, you know.
Mm, mm, mm.
So,
At at present, do you still feel that kind of reception for your songs? Do you see your songs, being streamed online? Do you get that high reception of the song, visibility as of now? Do you still
yeah,
see
oh
that?
yes, yes, I get a lot of it, you know, and it's wonderful because after all these years, we're talking about 1987,
Yes.
88, you know, and when I perform, you know, everybody joins in to sing with me, you know, like we were just doing. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
so it takes them, and that's the whole. That's there's no better feeling. I'm telling you.
Interesting, interesting. But are you reaping benefits from the songs, financial benefits now?
Yes, I'm still reaping financial benefits, but it could be far better, you know. But you know, during the era that I did this, there was a lot of piracy. There
Mm,
wasn't, you
mm.
know, the system there is now. You know, so uh, could have been much better. But hey, you know, I didn't actually, and I should have done this, but I didn't do
Yeah.
it for financial gain. You know, it
Oh
was something I
wow,
had to do.
wow.
So I wasn't wild on the money. You know, I was just pleased that people accepted it and loved it. You know,
But
and
talking about financial gains at that time,
mhm.
how did you fund the production of the songs?
Oh, it's from my personal funding.
Really?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
didn't care about whether you were going to make gains, make profit or not?
No, it was something in me that look. I left a fabulous job. You know, an executive job with a shipping company. You know, because I wasn't getting the satisfaction in my life. You
Mm,
know, I was
mm.
traveling the world, driving good cars, living, you know, nice places.
What work did you do at the shipping company? What specific
I,
work?
wa- I was the assistant general manager,
Wow.
you know, from commercial manager to the, you know,
Wow.
yeah. So, you know, I was probably making deals for shipments, you know, that kind of thing, you know. Yeah. So, and then we're also in commodity trading, you know. So, but I just felt that I can't continue living my life like that,
Mm.
you know, where I don't see the purpose, you know. So, and I was scared that one day I'll be an old man like I am now and look back and regret that I didn't do my songs. And that scared me.
Mm, mm, mm. But looking back, would you say that decision you took to get into music has been fruitful?
For personal satisfaction, you know, money is not everything. It's great, you know, and now I regret that I didn't actually pursue money with my music, you know. But the satisfaction I get from my music, money come by, you
Wow.
know. Yeah, money come by, you know, and it's great to do that. What you want, what you feel like doing,
Mm, mm,
like
mm.
it's like you would do it even if they didn't pay you, you know. So it's like, hey, what else?
That's interesting.
Hmm.
And I also read that you studied agricultural economics at Legon, and you
Yes,
did media communication studies
yes,
at the University of East London.
that's right, that's right,
Okay, so let me ask you: your dad was an agriculturist, right?
that's right.
And did he force or persuade you to study that course
No, no, at all, at all.
against your will?
No, no, at all, at all. It was a choice. The thing is, at that point, I was offered this and another course at KUNST,
Okay.
and I loved Legon. You know, when I went to Legon before being a student there, I thought this is great. You know, those days it was really nice. You
Mm,
know,
mm, mm.
you could see the academic atmosphere. You see the buildings. You see the tree-lined avenues. You know, it was like, you know, and that made me want to go there. And when they offered me agri, I was said, well, my dad does this for a living.
Did you enjoy the course?
I had a problem with it at one point because I wasn't sure what I wanted to specialize in. So when you go, you do a general thing. First you do all the subjects, and there were bits that I didn't really like a lot. Like I didn't like crop science a lot. It's just too varied, they can't make a pattern out of it. I didn't like animal science either because cattle peeing and shit. So I realized that economics was my thing. It's something you can think about. You can be creative with.
So you did agricultural economics.
Yes.
Wow. But did you get to do any work directly related to agriculture?
No, I never did. But I consider that a first degree just prepares you for the job market.
Good.
It tunes your mind so that it gives you can have resources to find out what you need to find out, in order to carry out your job. So I went straight into. I taught in Achimota for a year, and then I went into shipping, and that was good,
Wow.
I enjoyed it for a time.
In 2008, there was this publication on ManjoOnline.com which quotes you to have said that you wanted to get into small-scale farming. Did it ever happen?
Yes, my dive into small-scale farming is because of my passion for culture, and I understand, and through my father's experience, noticing what my father did, I realized that small-scale farming was our cultural way of farming. Even though it could expand into big time, but basically people were small, scale holders, and that time the products were very pure and organic. You see what I mean? But as they try to expand and make it bigger and bigger, they started destroying the nature, the naturalness of the produce. And this is for people to eat. You'll find that with time, people are getting, iller, sick all the time because they eat all kinds of things that have been put in the food that they eat, even right from planting. Yeah. So that's why I want, and I'm still pursuing that dream to encourage the expansion of the betterment, let's say, of small scale farming to improve it, with like medium scale tools, appropriate technology, so that the farmer can have a bigger production and also maybe proceed on to do like what do you call it, processing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you by this saying you actually got into small scale farming?
Not myself.
Okay.
But I've been working with people. Villages. I mean, I have a charity called We Are Us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And We Are Us is to empower the traditional communities, to do for themselves what they sit down and wait for government for years, that they can do themselves. You see what I mean? There's a lot they can do, to better themselves. But because they've been disempowered by the nature of government, because they've taken all the power from them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So they feel like everybody looks down on them, and they are beginning to feel also not so great about themselves.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to emulate the so-called elite that have gone to school, westernized, the way they dress, the way they eat and everything, So we want to re-empower them, with their communities so that they can do a lot of stuff for themselves. And that's what we are else about.
Do you have any non-music business ventures now running for you?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I do a few things, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I do a few things.
Which business are these?
Well, for one thing, I'm an inventor. You know.
Inventor?
Yeah.
What do you invent?
I invent all kinds of things, but right now the thing that I'm pursuing, and it's, you know, I've gone deep into it, is something called stabilizer wheels for two-wheel bikes. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stabilizer wheel.
Yeah,
two-wheel
stabilizer
bikes.
wheels for two-wheel bikes.
What does it do?
Well, let's say it's a sophisticated trainer wheel.
Okay.
You know, the thing is, trainer wheels are always on the ground.
Yes.
So turns the bike into four wheels.
Okay.
Now, my idea is that you can retract the trainer wheels into the body of the bike, and you have a two-wheeler. Now, when you're unstable or when you get to a traffic light, you don't have to put your feet on the ground to hold the bike up. You just depress the the stabilizer wheels, and they come out.
Wow.
You know, you see what I mean? And you know, you can sit coolly on your bike. If there's mud on the floor, you don't have to. I saw a pretty lady, you know, riding a bike, and it was raining and muddy. And when she got to the junction or the lights and she had to stop, she had to dip her beautiful boots into some muddy water. And then I just said, you know, it's not necessary for bikes to be like that. You see, and this idea is giving a lot of access to bike riding for older people who, before they start the ride, you know, feel a bit unstable, you know, to younger people, and also as a safety measure. You understand? Because when the bike gets unstable, like you hit an oil, you know, you can deploy the stabilizer wheel straight away and you're on 4. So it saves a lot of limbs, you know.
So do you have these wheels on the market?
No, not yet. I'm still developing the prototype, you know.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So apart from
but first thing you do is you protect the idea.
Yes.
So that, you know, it cannot be nicked, you know.
Yeah. This is your idea. This is your idea.
Yeah, this is my idea.
On record. Joe 99.7 FM. You can send Ben Brako your questions right here, 05511119997. Yeah. He is a legend and we are celebrating him today. He's also into different things. You get to know more about him right here on Showbiz A to Z. My name is Kwame Dadzie. Did you at any point in time study music, you know, get formal education in music?
A little bit, you know, in secondary school, you know, but, you know, I had a family that was musical. My grandmother played the keyboards.
Oh, wow.
Even
Grandmother?
in the church, yes, my grandmother, you know. And some of we always had a piano at home, you know, and my uncles used to play. And so they taught me the basics.
Okay.
Because I was interested, you know. So I got to learn a little bit. And then in secondary school, you know, you're supposed to learn some music. So I did that, but you know, it was very boring.
It was boring, eh?
Oh, it was very boring.
Was it boring or difficult?
Both.
So you came in the late 80s, right? Or the 80s, if I should say. At a time when the highlife artists were experimenting with pop and funk, doing the bugger highlife thing. What inspired that? You were part of those people.
Yeah, well, I think my angle was that I grew up with both highlife and then, you know, foreign songs.
Okay.
You know, we used to listen to Harry Belafonte.
Okay.
You know, and I realized that the structure of their songs always included like refrains and, you know, verses and, you know, middle eight sometimes, you know, and it was a bit more complicated than basic highlife, which was just basically they just play 4 chords, you know, and then sing a narration over it. Some make changes and all that, but it wasn't the norm. So I think that influenced my high life. That I started creating songs that had all these changes in them. And one of the things about that is that when I'm going to do a show and I'm rehearsing with a band, they always think that it's just going to be just four chords. The singer does his thing, but it's never like that. And then they get a bit frustrated with me because I insist, on doing the right thing, following the song, the structure of the song.
Good.
Because without that,
Wow.
it's just a jam.
Did you and your contemporaries get any bashing from the older generation of high life musicians when you began, fusing high life with pop and funk and all that? Were you criticized?
No, I don't, not really, because people like CK Man, sometimes when I was doing a show, CK Man ran on stage and embraced me.
Wow.
Which for me was a great endorsement, and he wanted to do some creative work with me and all that, but our paths didn't really cross too well, But, because, my high life, I think it takes, has roots in our traditional culture.
Good, yeah.
So, I think that's how it resounds with a lot of people, because there's the storytelling bit, and then there's also even the recitations, the children's poetry, and so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a song that you did. It's off the Bayer album. Let's take a listen. I'll come to ask you some questions about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Background, yeah. Uncle Ben,
Yes, sir.
this is Moko Mukrum.
Straight away.
Where did you write this from, and where were you living to where?
You see, the basic thing underlying the song, as Moko Mukrom,
Yeah.
it's not really about traveling from one place to the other.
Okay.
It's about delving into who you really are.
Wow.
That's becoming the person that you're supposed to be.
So there's a deeper
Instead of
meaning.
the person that they've nurtured, society has groomed you to be. And for me, this is the core issue we have, especially in Africa.
Okay.
That those who go to school are turned against their own people. They are encouraged and with the thought, thinking that they are better than their own. You know what I mean? So Mokomokrom is like going back to yourself, to who you are, and you're
who you
supposed
are.
to be.
To who you are. And to who you are.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Joy 99.7 FM, we have Ben Brako, we have Uncle Ben and Uncle Ken. And the confusion because I nearly said Uncle Ken initially when I was addressing you.
Yeah.
Joy 99.7 FM, sending your question 055111197. Ben Brako is right here and Ken Addy is also right here. Uncle Ken.
Yes, Kwame.
Uncle Ben is here.
I know. And long time no see.
Long time no see.
Yeah, you know. Me and Ben will go way back.
Way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
And Ben, you are 71 this year, right?
Yes.
Wow. Uncle Ken.
You see?
Who made onion?
I was 70 this year.
You see?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
A year older.
senior uncle.
Senior
in uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Ben, you know, he's been a pillar.
Yeah.
Pop chain.
Yeah.
He was part of the inception of the whole project and contributed so much to it, you know. So Ben, Charlie.
He's the band.
Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Mokomu Chrome. Listening to the song, I thought this was a Year of Return sort of song. It could pass for a theme song for Year of Return or Beyond the Return. Did you have that same thoughts?
Definitely, yeah. Like I was telling you, I actually did a version of it, you know, with more English, because for me, Year of Return, it's not really about us, but it's about our brethren out there who need to come home.
Okay.
So it was important for them to understand what was being said, you know.
So you did another version of this one.
Yes.
Which year was that?
This was, why, Joe? This was before the COVID.
Was it okay before COVID, right?
Yeah.
After the
It
Year
was-
of Return
it
was
was-
launched?
Yes, it was after the
Okay.
year.
Okay.
You know, but at the end of that, getting to the end of that year, actually did it with D Black, did a rap on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And you never released it.
I never released it. Yeah.
So where is the song?
It's there.
Give it to us, eh? let's play it.
Yeah, I will let you play it. while
Why
we
didn't you release it?
I didn't release it because it was created for a purpose, and the purpose didn't pan out,
Which was
which was to be used as a theme song for the return.
okay.
You know, the Year of Return became what? Just the return. Because
Yeah.
after the year was over, so where did they go? So it's just
So now it's beyond the return.
yeah,
People are
beyond the
still
return.
returning beyond the return.
So that was what I did it for.
Okay.
And somehow it didn't work out the way.
Did you submit the song to the GTA or the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture?
Yes, I did. I did submit it to them. But I think at that time they were in a flux because it was nearly the end of the Year of Return.
Okay.
So I was hoping that it will pan into what do you call it again? The return.
The Beyond the Return.
Beyond the return, yeah. And then one of the issues was that I was not living here all the time.
Okay.
So I couldn't push it, you know.
So am I right to say you didn't send it in time?
Well, yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
But then there was nothing anyway.
Okay.
You see what I mean? There was
Because I heard Fuse ODG's song was actually the Year of Return theme song. I heard that a number of times. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did it resonate with that theme?
I've heard the song.
So that's what I'm asking you.
All right. Yes. 2019.
Did it happen? Or that was just when the COVID
2019. The Year of Return
Really
was actually held in 2019 before COVID.
Yeah.
So 2019 it happened.
Yeah.
It even started 2018 December when the Full Circle Festival was held
Right,
here.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Then into 2019. Yes.
Actually, when it started, I wasn't really aware of it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And somebody told me that I should create a song for that.
Good.
And I was trying to create a new song I realized that this song
Mako
fits it perfectly, So I did that, and the person who hinted me was upset because he wanted a song for Ghanaians, and I said, no, my idea was that it's a song for people who want to come to Ghana,
Okay.
not for Ghanaians as such, And for me, it was a way to bridge highlife to the diaspora.
Good. Good. All the same is good. You can still release it. We will still listen to it because
it's still a great song.
If it wants its music, it will be listened to. Joy 99.7 FM. Now, what do you make of the whole year of return beyond the return initiative?
Me?
Uncle Ben, yes.
Oh, I think it's a great idea.
Yes.
I think it's a very, very good idea, but I don't know whether the execution met the expectations, and also there's another issue from the returnees angle that some of them do not perceive it in the way it should be, because they think that they are coming to bring enlightenment and light to the people in the dark, but in my point of view, they should come and learn, understand, some of the rooty things about who they are, and we have deep things in our culture that we ignore because people wanted to market to us and sell to us. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
So they turn us onto so many things: our clothing, our food, our religion. It's all used as a marketing tool to make us demand things that are not ours. They were just creating a market, and creating idiots, educated fools.
Do you still get gigs to perform at events? Do you still get people?
Very much so.
In Ghana, outside the country?
Yeah, I'm actually doing a program here on the 23rd.
I was about to ask if you are playing any of the gigs, any of the December gigs this year.
Yeah, this is called the night. What was it? Legends Night.
The Legends Night.
Yeah.
You are on the Legends Night.
Yeah. It's happening on the 23rd.
23rd.
At Gold Coast.
Oh, okay.
Restaurant.
Okay. Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we have Pat Thomas.
Oh.
We have Amanziba.
Real legends.
Yes. We have Bessa Simons.
Wow.
We have Pauline Odro.
Oh.
Then we have, who is that? Oh, Ben Brako.
That would be great, man.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. Actually, it's a teaser for a concept that I'm creating, that we want to do a highlife festival.
Okay, a highlife festival?
Yeah, highlife festival. One of the things I don't understand is how highlife is put on the same level as any other genre of music. In no country would they put their popular music on a par with foreign music. It won't happen. Okay? But somehow we contrive to make it that it's just another genre. It's not. It is our popular music and has to be given the pride of place. You understand? And if ever we're going to make a breakthrough, it should be through highlife. You see what I mean? You cannot capture the world with what do you call it? What's the Shatawale's music called again?
Dancehall.
Dancehall. Because it is not ours.
But somebody will say the genres are seasonal. This one comes at a point in time.
They're not seasonal, my dear.
It goes a bit.
We come
another
from
one
a certain
comes.
heritage and culture. Let's never forget that. And this is based on years of honing our art and our way of doing things. And it resonates with us in a deep way that it's only when you're lost that it's all the same.
Okay.
It's not all the same.
Okay.
Just check any country that is doing well. It's because they know who they are. And when they go home, they are cultural people. Take the Indians, take the Chinese. You understand? Take the Arabs even. you know, they're Arabs, you know, when they're home, you know. You see, and they make money and they use it well because they understand who they are.
Awesome.
But our people, like I saw a thing about Nigeria, and this guy was admonishing them that they may have the same resources like maybe Saudi Arabia. But the difference is that the Nigerians are still very poor. But the Saudis have elevated their standard of living.
Right.
And why? He said that it's because of bad administration. But he forgot to say that it's because the administrators who probably got the same educational basis like the Saudis, you know, did not know who they were. They aspired to different things from their people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, which people are organizing the Highlife Festival?
Well, I'm leading it.
You are leading.
Yeah, it's my baby, but I'm including, you know, all the top Highlife people.
Okay.
You know, it's open. You know,
Okay.
I don't want to own it as if it's mine.
Yeah.
But you know, just to create something that, you know, I think that will make Highlife stand out. And the idea is that we're going to be doing it once a year at one of the major traditional festivals.
Okay. Okay.
So
across
like-
the country.
Yeah, across the country.
Wow.
So, like next year, I want to do it at Afasha in Cape Coast.
Okay.
And you know, you already have a massive audience, you know, in the cultural mode, you know. So when
That sounds-
when you inject all the big Highlife people, you know, in an open air concert, you should have about 10,000 people, you know, and you know, just fest, you know, just you know, show all the colors, you know, and then look back at some of the greats, you know, and honor them, you know, have a you know, Hall of
That's a
Fame,
good idea.
you know, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Did you submit this concert to the secretariat for the
Yeah.
Beyond the Return?
Beyond the return.
For them to include it in their itinerary.
I've spoken to some of them about it.
No. It's not now. Because the itinerary has been done. And Kwame,
Yes.
They've already
I think the
released-
Highlife Festival is something he's conceiving yet to be implemented.
So it's not part of
not
the-
not this year.
Ah.
But this year they are having
I'm saying that this is just a sampler.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a sampler.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are. It's still a work in progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. But it would have been very nice to be included in
Yes,
the
yes.
lineup,
So-
obviously.
Yeah, you know, I you see, because I've not been around here
Yeah.
a lot.
Another-
you know,
yeah.
I
I
think
understand.
I miss a few tricks. You know,
I understand.
Yeah,
Kwame, give me 1 minute.
Please, yeah.
You mentioned why Highlife isn't projected the way it should be
Yeah.
yeah,
as our own.
yeah.
Somebody will tell you it's because of the times that we are in. The times that we are in, as Sadiq will always make me understand, is generational. You know, and as at today, that is not the sort of music to get people excited
Yeah.
about. But I do get your point that it should be basic. Look, there's Latin music, isn't there?
There.
For the South Americans.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and in whatever they do,
Yeah,
you feel
Yeah.
that Latin vibe.
yeah. It is prime.
It
you
is
know?
prime.
And you see what you said. Anybody who says that it is the times, they got it wrong. Because you are taking somebody's time as what is the time? What's your own time? You do have a time, but you see there's a whole lot of media propaganda that drives you. That's why I say it's a market. You know, it's a market. Sometimes we forget that it's a market. We think it's free choice, but we're being driven to demand a lot that is from without our production and our community. You know, and especially those who have been to school, you know, and like have been alienated from their communities. A lot of people, they play with the same people.
Right.
When they go to school and come back, they can't deal with their own brethren.
Kwame, you know a country in Africa that epitomizes what Ben is espousing. South Africa.
Okay.
With
Okay.
all the music that they do, you still feel that South African
Eng them.
thing in there. And that's what Ben is trying to say. Whatever you're trying to do, the high life should be
It should be
out
felt.
there.
It should be felt
Yes, it should
in
be
there.
felt.
It should have the pride of
Yes,
place.
yeah, I agree 100% because it
Okay.
works for most countries.
Yeah.
Okay. This message says, "My name is Judas Iscariot."
Judas, he got a bad rap. You know? He was following the law, but they say he betrayed.
It says, "I grew up loving Uncle BB's song. In fact, my senior introduced me to it, and it was good I did." Yeah. Okay. There are more of the messages coming through. You can send yours 0551111997. Let's read more. This one from Chema. He says, "I learned dancing through his music. His songs move all the body." Wow. Okay. Joe 99.7 FM, and this one. Okay, now let me ask you this question. So I heard there was something called the Highlife Institute.
Oh yeah.
Where is it? And what was it?
Well, the High Life Institute was one of my creations that I thought, there should be a High Life Institute in Ghana, that promotes High Life, that preserves the old High Life, that, has a whole library, that the younger people can learn from, that actually will do reality shows about, High Life.
Wow.
To encourage the younger people from all the regions to express themselves, from a traditional ethos.
Wow.
You know.
Was it a school?
No, not a school at all. It's like, how white people like institutes.
Okay.
They like
Okay.
institutions.
Okay.
But we traditionally we don't do institutions. Even our church, our religion, is not an institution. It is a lived thing. Like our music, traditionally, it's not an institute. It's a lived thing. You as you're working, playing, eating, you're enjoying music, day-to-day living. In the communities, they do that every day. You see what I mean? Traditionally, so I wanted to create an institute because a lot of the elite who are in control believe in institutions.
Okay. Wow. Joe 99.7 FM. Ben Brako is a high life musician. He's right here with us. You can also send in your questions now and let's get talking. About 3 years ago, Jedubli Ambuli made an allegation against you and Ochame Kwame that you were given some 50,000 Ghana cedis by Obo. And this money was, according to him, was taken from the 2 million cedis that government gave to the music industry in 2012. And you asked him to retract the statement. Did he do that?
No, he didn't. But, he started sending people to beg. You see the typical thing that, come and intervene. I mean, just do the honorable thing. What you've said, it's very sad that a fellow musician, at least, we're friendly even. I mean, you could
You're
question
brothers.
me. Yeah. You could ask me that, look, that's what I've heard, and you said you didn't do that. You went on air and accused, it's trying to solve people's reputation, and it's on record, So I wanted him to retract because he couldn't bring any proof, and it was totally, fabricated,
So what did you do after that?
I tried to. I threatened him with court. Actually went to court.
Oh.
Yeah, but I left it with Ochame Kwame because I was, in and out all the time.
But Ochame Kwame sued for himself. It was for himself, not you and him. Was it for both of you?
Yeah, we joined forces. We joined forces, even though he started pursuing it as an individual, and I started doing it as an individual. And we spoke about it several times.
Okay.
We said that, look, we should do it as a joint thing, but others were not interested. They thought, So Ochame Kwame pursued it, to the extent that this guy refused to come to court all the time, you know. Every time he had a date, he wouldn't come. But anyway, he pleaded. he sent emissaries to plead,
Okay.
you know, to be left alone. So
what's your relationship with him now like?
well, at
Ambule.
one time, you know, I thought so lowly of him that I couldn't deal with him. I've known him for a long time, even when I was a student, playing, you know, coming out to play on the market. You know, he used to be with Hugas International Sronko, and we played together, you know, and we're friendly. And when he was based in Tema, I was working in Tema, you know. At that time, I hadn't gone back into music, but like I knew him so well that I would go and visit him.
Okay.
You know, and that kind of thing. You know.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I was surprised.
So now the matter die.
The matter that you know the real reason why he tried to, you know, get at me was because I was the electoral commissioner on one of the musical presidential elections. You know, and you know, he tried to pull seniority over me. In fact, Obotu tried to do the same thing, even though he was the president de facto
yeah.
president. But it was an election, you know, and I had the rules. You know, I wouldn't let anybody just flaunt it, you know. So he got upset about that, you know, and then he joined forces when he found he was losing. He wanted to join forces. I said, well, if you join forces with another candidate, who is going to win? You know, you see what I mean? It's too late to join forces when the election is actually on. And, you know, they thought I was being a bit fussy. But I was following the rules.
Are you still a member of Musica?
Oh, yes. I mean, that's
An active member? A paid up member?
well, are you a member of music? Are you active? Yeah, I think even Ken is a member.
Can't say.
How can I be a
In
member?
absentia.
Ex officio.
They recently had the elections.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, so I followed that. Besides my guy, you know.
Okay.
We come from the same area in Cape Coast.
Okay.
You know, he's a bit younger than me.
Yeah.
You know, but I remember him so well. Always well dressed and, you know, walking to church, you know. Yeah, so. And his father was also a keyboardist.
Okay.
In a big Methodist church. And I used to sing in the choir. So, you know, we were always together. You know.
Awesome. So what do you make of the current state of Musica?
Well, I don't know. I don't know much, but I know I love music.
Kwame, Ben knows
And
much.
that may
He
be
knows much.
all I need to say.
Ben knows much.
He knows much.
He can't shy away from this one. He knows much.
I know much. Yeah.
I want to know from you, Ben, your opinion about the whole Musica debacle. The way things
The way things pan out.
panned out and how it has been so resolved.
Yeah. Well, I think it was quite shameful and disgraceful, you know, for some people to take that turn, you know, trying to disrupt the smooth running of the organization, you know, taking it to court over and over again, you know, without any real basis. Okay. As it turned out, it's wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the same result that was expected came out anyway, you know. And I think people went away with their tails between their legs, but that's not the point. You see what I mean? The point is that do we have something that can raise Ghanaian music? And that's what we're looking out for, you know. And I think we all have to contribute whatever we can in terms of our knowledge, our experience, our connections to make that happen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And again, any more questions for him?
Musica, still on Musica.
Yes.
Don't you get worried that the current crop of musicians do not seem to, get themselves interested in the affairs of music?
Yeah, it's worrying. It's worrying, but
And why do you think that's happening?
I think that Musica itself has not endeared itself, to musicians, because it's just become an administrative body,
Yeah.
and I think Obwo tried to set up a scheme even to help the older generation of music, and then the current generation, so that they could invest some of their earnings into a retirement scheme, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is just droppings. You know what I mean? The real issue that Musica should be handling is not being handled,
Which one is that?
which is that it should elevate music and the arts to a certain level where it can hit the stratosphere. It should be pushing it to become recognized as world music, part of one of the genres of world music. High life should capture the imagination of the world, and there's not a lot going on in music in the world anyway. They're just tinkering with this, tinkering with that. But high life can if handled right, can create new buzz. You understand? Yeah. It has the potential.
Do you intend collaborating with Musica to pull off that High Life festival you're coming up
Oh
with?
yes, definitely. I mean, I want Musica to be a part of it, but I want Musica, for instance, Musica should know that high life is our genre. It should be recognized everywhere. That there's a musicians union.
Okay.
It is in collaboration with the media. To make sure that their music is the prime music.
Good.
This is.
We also
not
have
rocket
in the
science.
studio right now Daniel Freeman Ame. He's a voice coach here with us this afternoon. Are you a Musica member, Daniel?
Yes.
Are you a member of Musica, coach?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
You pay your dues? You voted?
I didn't vote.
You didn't vote? Yehovah dancing, didn't he? You don't vote?
I didn't vote because, like he said, the court thing, it got unbearable at some point, and
You lost interest.
exactly.
But others voted for you. You
On his behalf, yes.
you don't care?
No, at this point,
Yeah.
like he said, at this point we have to refocus. Like he's saying, it's a union. We have to refocus. I don't think we're where we should be. We're not willing to talk about it yet.
We are willing to talk about it.
No, I don't think we're willing to do something about it. I think everybody is cool with little activities. So
Yeah.
it looks like, okay, at least Musica is doing something, but it's not supposed to be doing just something. It's supposed to be there are things, there are definite things that you should be doing to elevate our industry, and we're not elevating our industry. So
I think it's the same old issue where they rely on government
Yeah?
to do this, do that.
It's ridiculous.
And they shouldn't,
and
because
the government
it
is not gonna
government's
do it.
priority.
Exactly.
Okay.
Government's priority is to enrich themselves.
I didn't hear that.
Uncle Ben, what's your take on publicity stunts?
As practiced locally.
As practiced locally and internationally.
Locally first.
Locally.
Well, it's a means to an end, but I think that sometimes the means overreach too much, and it causes the public and other people to, become a certain way, which is not right. It shouldn't. The means should not overreach. What the purpose is. I think.
Where people go to the extent of faking accidents.
Uncle Ben, again, so 4 years ago you posted some semi-nude photos of yourself and your wife, and let me ask, was it a stunt?
No, and it wasn't a semi-nude. Okay, let's get that clear.
What was it?
It was a very, people keep asking me, and I said, look, have you been into the communities? Do you see how people dress? We don't cover ourselves, giji like, we're not in a cold country.
Okay.
We expose ourselves for air, for everything, but it's what suits our atmosphere.
Oh, okay. It wasn't semi-nude.
No, it's not semi-nude. Nobody shows any boobs or, even glimpses of a boob. They didn't see my ding dong hanging, but because they could see.
But
that
people can see beyond the.
Yeah, but anybody can see beyond.
Kwame, people can see, they can imagine.
They can imagine. I'm just.
That's what it means by people can see.
Yes.
So one lady commented that because they could see I didn't have an underwear.
Yes.
Okay, and that was deliberate.
Yeah.
I said that I can imagine his thing, dinging dangling all over the place. That's everybody can have their thing dinging dangling under their clothes.
But I remember you did an interview with Joy News and you said you did that to get attention.
I never said that. What
Yes.
happened was that I wasn't even going to expose that photo to the public. It was a private thing that I and my wife do.
Okay.
We have so many pictures, that we try to express ourselves, in some kind of traditional ethos. Okay. Now, one of my wife's pictures got out. Okay, I posted it, and then somebody said that, oh, Ben Brako, you're using your wife, to attract attention. And I said, no. I thought it was a thing of beauty that was worth sharing. And if that's what he thinks, I will show him that I'm involved myself. So I posted it to show him that it is not like some poor, innocent girl sitting somewhere that I'm trying to use. My wife is nothing like that. You can't use her.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did it help the brand in any way? Did you get the buzz? Did you get the visibility? Did you get the kind of, how do you call it, relevance?
It only had traction because I had visibility.
You had traction?
Anyway.
You had?
Yes.
But did it affect your brand as in the value?
No, I don't think so. I think it gave me a certain, it created a certain outlook for me, which I liked. Because my traditional, angle or my traditional self, which for me is very big, became more visible. But if people examine my music all the way from the start, they will see that I was always very traditional. Take a song like Ete,
Yeah.
and if you listen to the lyrics, and I wrote this when I was in Legon, way back in 73.
Wow.
And what I'm talking about is the same thing I'm talking about today.
Joy 99.7 FM. Do you have any question for Ben Brako? I think we need to open the phone lines. Yes. So, you can call into the show right now and speak to Ben Brako. Yeah, the legendary Ben Brako. We listened to his songs when we were very young. I listened to almost all the songs on the Bayer album. Yeah. Uncle Ben, so how many albums so far?
It's only about, I think, 4 or 5, I'm not prolific that I'm churning out music, It has to make meaning and sense to me. And even when I produce an album that I'm not happy with, I can't push it, I'm ashamed. I'm not proud to push something that I think I could have done better.
Okay. So you need time to perfect what you want to put out there.
I know, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. You can call now 03022165541. We have somebody on the line right now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Adam calling from Nsawam.
Adam from Nsawam.
Yes, please.
Please, Uncle Ben is here. Speak to him.
Uncle Ben, kudos. In fact, growing up, you one of among the best musicians, I mean, highlife musicians that we really glorified and celebrated so much. Because even though at the time we were very young, your music really made a lot of sense. It related us so much to our cultural heritage. And you are someone that I have always yearned to meet one of these days, because you have really created a great impact in our high life landscape. So, in fact, you are celebrated. Even though it may not come out for others to see that, yes, Brako is being celebrated among the others, but deep within our hearts, we know that, yes, if we are writing the history of high life in this country, Brako, your name will certainly be engraved on those sheets that will be written on. So kudos. We are so privileged to have you as a Ghanaian.
Which of his songs is your favorite?
Is it Anyana Bisawa? Anyana Bisawa.
That's not Ben Brako's song.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh okay. But
have you heard Mokomu Kromo? Have you heard Mary Magrudi?
Mokomu Kromo.
Yes.
Yes. That's another classic. Yes, sure. That's another classic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam, thanks so much for your call this evening.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. So that was Adam there on the phone lines. Let's take another call up. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kwame.
Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Alex. I'm calling from Michelle Camp.
Talk to Uncle Ben.
Okay, Uncle Ben. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were the first Ghanaian to produce a single. That's a Kofi. But you hardly talk about that.
Please come again. He did what?
I'm saying he was the first Ghanaian to produce a single. And the title is Kofi. Am I right?
Okay. Kofi. Uncle Ben. Kofi was a single. Like that's correct, right? Okay. He's going to sing an a cappella of Kofi before he goes.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I hardly hear him say anything about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll let him sing Kofi before he leaves right here right now.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
Okay. Thanks so much. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from?
This is Judas Iscariot from Teshitula.
Oh, Judas. You
Yes,
have followed up with a phone call, eh? who gave you that name?
You see, everybody dislikes Judas Iscariot. But his contribution to the life of every Christian was very high. If you
But do you behave like him?
Not at all.
Okay.
I just took that in for everybody to know that every personality in this life is important.
Okay, thank you, Judas. Please talk to Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben Brako. Hello.
He's listening.
Okay. I believe he has not finished his job yet. In regards to Mary Magrudi, my favorite. My senior brother is a fan of Uncle Ben Brako. He's now in the UK. He introduced me to listen to Uncle Ben Brako's songs, and I tell you, it's so wonderful. Anytime I hear a tune of him, I need to stop what I'm doing and just enjoy that music of that man. I'm so delighted to hear him being interviewed this afternoon. Uncle Ben, God bless you. We are waiting for more tunes from you.
Can I make a comment?
Judas. Uncle Ben wants to say something.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for the beautiful compliments that you paid me. But I want to tell you that, to my mind, Judas Iscariot had a very bad rap, because he was following the orders of the government of the day that said that we'll give you 3 pieces of gold if you tell us where 30. Is it 30? Yeah. If you let us know, like they do now, they give rewards for people who can snitch on people that are deemed or painted as black. So he did his civic duty to the government. So, but because it was Jesus involved, it became something. Yeah.
Okay, so you also like the name, Judas Iscariot, his name.
Yes, I'm so proud of him that he stood up.
Judas.
With that
Yes, sir.
And Piao.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan 99.7 FM. Do we have some more calls? Okay. All right. You can send in your questions or your thoughts right now to 0551111997. Ben Brako right here in the studio. Let me ask him some more questions. So, in the showbiz industry, one thing that really happens is let me go to the phone lines now and speak to another caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Babs from Valencia.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah.
Could you please lower the volume on the radio set? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, Uncle Ben. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, one of the highlife musicians that I respect a lot is Uncle Ben because I read a lot. The time of his season, I read about Uncle Ben, and I found out that Uncle Ben was a graduate. So from that onwards, I respected him a lot. But one thing that I want to say is we all lost it. We Ghanaians lost it because we left the high life and another people took it. So now we are chasing the high life to bring it back. If I say another people, I guess you know the people who I'm talking about. So now we are chasing the high life to bring it back to Ghana, but it's already gone, and they are making good use of it.
It is not gone. No. You just go to the
We
Gold
are
Coast
all
bar.
across.
Listen to me. Go to the Gold Coast bar and restaurant. Okay, go there on 23rd December
But our
and then go watch
leaders are
them.
taking
The
all
Night
the
of
awards.
Legends.
They are taking all the awards through this our high life music. They have taken all the awards.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Thank you so much for your call.
If you listen very carefully, Whiskey, Oju Alegbe, it's 100% high life.
Okay.
It's 100%. The lyrics, the beat, everything about Oju Alegbe is 100% high life.
Okay. Thanks so much for your call this afternoon. Okay. Now, let me tell you about high life. Actually, there is high life happening, high life music happening on 23rd December at the Gold Coast Bar and Restaurant. So we're having a lot of them. Ben Brako is representing live performers. We have Bessa Simons, Amandiba, we have Abitemi, we have Susan August, we have the Inchinchim Band, my favorite. We have lots of them, Paulina Odro, and a number of high life artists performing to the 3rd December at 6:30 p.m. Gold Coast Bar and Restaurant. Be there and go see Ben Brako and others perform live. Okay, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Is your name and where you're calling from?
Nana Kwesi. I'm currently at Agboba.
Agboba.
Yeah, you know that.
I know that.
Obwa. So, Uncle Ben, a great legend. Appreciate you for your work. I have a question for you, Wiz. You made a comment about how our life should be basic. I agree, you know. However, we find ourselves in a space where evolution is something that we are not accepting. The music is growing. However, when it does, and we still have traces of high life in it, the legends, those of us like yourself, some of them who have come before, they find it very difficult to accept that the music is growing and we still have elements. And because of that, even when these young artists are calling it high life, they are saying, no, it's not high life. They want it to be like the way they did it. Meanwhile, the thing will only be sustained when it grows, when it evolves. So I want to ask him, What does he think about that highlight? That those comments, the rejection, that heavy rejection, because if it doesn't grow, it will die. What does he think about that?
Okay.
I think that's a brilliant question there. So Uncle Ben, the evolution of the highlight sound. Yes.
It is normal for any culture to be dynamic.
Good.
And it evolves, it changes, okay, but it retains the basic elements, you know. So change is inevitable,
Okay.
but it is measured change to try and impose something else as the basic popular music is wrong.
Okay.
But the music itself should evolve, you know, and sometimes it will go out and come back to itself.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it is perfectly normal.
Good.
But some people will always like to say that, oh, these are ours were the great times, and these are not the so good times.
Exactly.
You know, that's all BS. You know.
Because the high life you did was different from the Konimo's high life.
Yes. Yes. And even high life, there are different styles.
Exactly.
Because there's the big band high life.
Exactly.
There's palm wine high life.
wine
You know, there's
There is
different-
Kwao, there's
different-
Odonson, there is
There's a
Yamponsan,
Osode.
Yeah.
High life.
Yeah.
and there is a
Sichi.
Kwame Eugene people's type of high life
Sichi
too.
high life.
Or do you not take that as high life?
Well, it's high life anyway.
Kwame.
Do you consider the high life the Kwame Eugenes and the younger artists do as a high life?
I think it breeds high life. Okay, but I mean, I would prefer the high life that's like maybe Kwabla
Yeah.
or
Akwabwa.
Bisakede
Okay.
or even Kofi Kinata.
Ato.
You know, hair. You know,
Yeah.
but some people have to control the main shaft, and others will be weaving in and out. You know, and creating different hues.
Okay.
You know, of the same thing. You know,
Is
Really-
is Kodwentri a high life musician?
no.
That the Lumba.
Traces.
There are elements, you know,
Yeah.
because Daddy Lumba, his singing and rendition, you know, is very typical.
Right.
But the music
It's
itself,
more pop.
is more pop.
Okay. So
Funkish.
what's Kodwentri's genre of music?
Kodwentri's genre,
For
I think
education
it's
purposes.
more actually reggae. You know, it's more reggae. You know, and if you listen to his music carefully, I mean, he does venture into some amount of high life, admittedly. You know, but the main thrust of his music is not high life.
Wow.
Kwame, have you asked him before? Because you must have had the chance to talk to Kodwentri.
I have
you
not
posed
interviewed him
that
before.
question to
I
him
haven't
before?
interviewed
You
him
haven't?
before. If I get the opportunity, I will
And
ask
you don't
him.
think anybody else has asked him that question before?
I will ask him. I think he said, I've read one article that he said he doesn't want to be boxed into one genre of music. Yes, he doesn't want to be boxed. And so that's it. So
Kwame, what did you think?
I was coming to ask about Kodwo Akwa's Anaji. Is it high life? Anaji Emeji Yeni, Anaji Emeji. Uncle Ken, you know that song? I know.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know that song very well. Kojo was a good friend, you know.
Is it high life music?
Yeah, half and half. You know, there's elements of high life. The way
Okay.
the way he sang it is high life. You know, there's slow high life.
Okay.
So high life is not just one, you know, thing, giddy like that. You know, there are
various.
there are various colors and hues running around it. You know,
Right. What song did Shatawale win High Life Artist?
My
of the
level.
Year?
My level. I
My
know
level.
my level. I know my level. Oh, my
Ben,
level.
yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I know my level.
I know there was a lot of controversy
I know
about
my
it. You know,
level.
and I think that it was worth the controversy. You know, that's about all I'm prepared to say.
Oh, worth the controversy.
Yes.
So was that song worthy of winning the title High Life Artist of the Year?
Controversially. I think it was controversial that it won the highlight, you know, because
Maybe today I don't get nothing, but tomorrow I go get something.
Okay, my level, Shatawale.
Generally,
it-
you wouldn't say he plays highlife, but I think this has
This
highlife
particular
undertones,
song.
Yes.
It has.
The form of the music is in high life.
Yeah.
It's a format of
Yeah,
high life.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Coach Freeman, so it's high life, eh?
it has that.
So
form.
VGMA was right.
It has a form. Yes, the form
Wow.
is when you count
Dun,
the,
dun,
the
dun, dun,
and
Yeah.
the melody.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Once you can get that beat in it.
So what did he win?
High Life Song of the Year for that song.
Oh, was it Song of the Year?
High Life Song of the Year. My level.
Not High Life Artist
No,
of the Year.
no. For the song.
Well, in that case, okay.
Well,
For the
it
song.
depends on. It
Because
also
it's not a really
would
high
depend
life
on
artist.
what type of high lives he was competing against.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There were other, let me say, conventional types of high life.
That were
but
great.
okay, also depends on the popularity of the song, the
The platform has a lot
numbers.
more.
We the
So a
public,
number of factors, yes.
we the public never got to hear those others.
Maybe, possibly.
we?
Possibly.
Well, maybe they didn't come up that well.
Maybe they were not as
Because
big as this
otherwise-
Yeah,
one.
so-
Because this
Would have
one,
heard of
this was a
Considering
very
the
big song.
factors, yeah, the many factors.
It was a big song. This was a big song.
This was a big song. I mean,
It won based on popularity of the song.
Because it's a popularity based
Awards.
category.
yeah.
Yes, that
yeah,
category.
Yeah.
That category.
Yes.
Yeah. Then if it's
Okay,
a
the academy
has.
has its percentage, but the public has the biggest percentage.
No, if it's based on popularity, then you can't fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All
the main
right.
point. Yeah.
Joy
It needed some
99.7.
technical people to be there
To be there, to be there. So high life in itself is a bit complicated when it comes to knowing the types and knowing whether the song falls under the
Actually,
umbrella.
very simple. Like Coach Freeman.
Or should I say,
defined that if any song that
If it falls into that bop, that kind of bop,
it's highlight.
if you know, you know.
technically, technically
highlight.
highlight.
Yeah, it may not be a
technically.
high life song. I mean, there are many songs that fall
Yeah.
into that, and they are not even.
But
highlight,
what do you say to
And
those?
somebody said, so long as you hear ka,
Yes.
ka.
What about those who say you need to hear Ahomensia in it? Like the strings, you need to hear.
Yeah, those are like core
or maybe Kwao, or maybe Odonson.
Yeah.
Those progressions. If you hear those
But I
patterns
think that's
in there,
important.
I-
Because of what Ben said.
then where will we place E.T. Mensah and the King Bruces?
you see now,
That's
but they played high life.
Those who use
see,
the most of the
basic
horns and the
definition, and I've gone into this a lot. I created a symposium about it, and I brought some great musicians. I mean, traditional and Ghanaian musicians. And
Yeah.
the consensus was that Coach Freeman is right.
Okay.
It has to resonate with that.
because it's a rhythm. It's a rhythm-based
You know,
music.
so however you do it, but the more you bring in other elements that are traditional, the more
Okay.
high life it is.
Okay. So are we then saying that we should accept the other types, other variants of high life being performed by these younger generation of artists now? Are we going to accept them into the fold?
Inevitably, but like I said, it is a dynamic process, and you have high life, merging with so many other genres.
Okay.
Especially like reggae, can be very high life.
Okay.
And vice versa. So, but you can't say that reggae is high life, but
There could be a fusion.
the two shall coincide.
But they do, yeah.
Yeah, they did that in the past.
Especially when they make love.
Nana Kwame Dadzie. Especially if
No, you didn't hear.
that is what I'm asking. People didn't hear. Please come again.
Those of us who heard, we
You
heard.
see, you're getting profane now. You said, how do you say come again?
Uncle Ben, people didn't hear what you said actually.
Oh,
Once I didn't hear, they didn't hear too.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
But I
Right?
heard.
Joy 99.7 FM, having a good time here with Ben Brako, the High Life legend. And if you still have some questions to ask, you can just send in the message to 05511119997. Let me come to Coach Freeman. What do you make of this legend right here with us this afternoon?
Oh, I'm privileged to know him. He's one of the few of the old school guys who still take voice lessons.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm his voice coach.
Ah,
That is correct. That is correct.
you are his voice coach.
Oh
You
yes.
still do voice training.
Oh yeah.
Whenever, as soon as
singer,
he's trying to do anything, he comes to the country, he calls me, he's like, Charlie.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
Any serious vocalist has to do voice training. You know, you know.
Wow.
It is very important.
And so
you are a vocalist, you should know.
I'm surprised that he still takes his vocal training seriously.
Yeah, but that's it. But he has to stay in shape.
Because the younger ones don't even care.
But that's why they're dying off quickly. That's the whole point. You sustain it. How come, you know, with all his accolades, Lionel Messi still has to train with the team? Training is what's the biggest, most important facility of a club? The training center. Because it doesn't matter how big you get. If you are not training, you are not sharp.
Good.
So that's it.
Wow.
Nice
Wow.
one.
Wow.
Kwame.
Yes, Uncle Ken.
Let me get back to something that
Please
was
do.
raised
Please do.
about the high life and the young generation, and like you mentioned, the young guys who are trying to do high life. I think the problem is not with the Gen Zs of today not accepting that, coach, not accepting that that is high life.
Okay.
I don't think the problem is with the Gen Zs of today. The Gen Zs of today will accept that those with the traces and hues of high life that the youngsters are doing today is high life. The Gen Zs will. It is the people who grew up with high life from way back.
Yeah, the ones who like the purity.
Yeah.
Where I would not accept a Gen Z substituting a trumpet with a keyboard.
I feel you.
You want a real object,
Thank
a real
you.
instrument.
And like he said, the strings and things are missing
Yeah.
from today's sound.
True.
So those people who know the real high life sound will always argue that no, I don't think this is good enough. But you see, I made a point about the Brazilians, the South Americans, and their salsa and Latin music. They make sure that all the components
Basically, technically, they
are there.
before you build anything else
Thank you.
on top.
Yeah, but
Thank you.
Having said that, I mean, there are also Latino music that is.
Oh, that's just impersonation. People impersonating Latin music. I can understand.
It's the
Yes.
same thing.
Yes.
we're talking
No,
about.
it's
Thank
just
you.
a fusion.
Okay.
People are venturing.
Yes, they are
And
venturing into things. Yeah.
I think that high life should have certain elements. You know, not everybody agrees with that, especially new high life proponents who maybe grew up not on instruments but on in the studio.
True.
Yeah,
True.
You know, and
Because studio production changes everything.
Yeah.
Those live sounds that you would have gotten from way back,
at
you
least
don't really find them
simulating
in
them in the
so
studio. You know,
it becomes really hard
Yes, and they've all complained about the cost involved.
of making sure all that
You
stuff
know,
is
they
in
come
there.
here, we've asked them, and they've complained about the cost involved in having
Recording
all that.
live.
You know,
All that
and
thing played
one
in-
thing that changed music in Ghana
Yeah.
was the curfews.
yes.
Okay.
That killed live music.
Live music,
And a
yeah.
lot of the musicians who could play instruments had to travel to play their trade. And so it became internalized. So those who took it up were people who were dealing with computers,
Okay.
you know. And
Okay.
so musicianship per se, you know, took a big dive.
Okay. Okay. We have some of your opinions here. People are sending in their thoughts. Let's get them here to read. Okay, in the meantime, though, let me tell you about this great news. You need to hear this because Christmas is around the corner and you need to enjoy this Christmas. So this Christmas promises to be the best so far at Maha Beach Resort. Book 2 nights and get the third night free with all meals inclusive, starting from a cool 5,100 Ghana cedis for a couple. Packages offer guests free access to all state all state-of-the-art in-house facilities. Talk about the swimming pool, the gym, the cinema with popcorn, board games, snooker, and many more entertaining packages. So you also enjoy free airport pickup from the Takoradi and from Takoradi on weekends. But please note that terms and conditions apply. Fun activities include tour of a beautiful facility with a golf cart, splash playground for kids, bouncy castle, trampoline, bicycle rides, squat bike ride at the beach, horse riding, boat ride to Maha village, jet ski, banana boat, party, bus ride, nightclub, live band, DJ night, brass band, trip to Inzulezu, and other interesting places. Call for your reservation now to avoid disappointment. The landline is 030 3977 3 or you can call the mobile number 050157064 684 sorry 050157064 or 05401241114. Please call them now and have the best of your Christmas celebration this Yuletide. Yeah, still here on Joe 99.7 FM. But what if I told you that 10 Ghana cities can get you free concert tickets and shopping vouchers worth up to 500 Ghana cities to shop at Melcom, or you can get some buckets of juicy chicken at KFC every week this December? Here is what to do. Stick 10 cities or more in the Game Park Game Pick 1 or Pick 4 lottery and be entered into a weekly Saturday raffle for a chance to win in the Moolah for December promo. Regardless of the outcome of your stake, you can still win a voucher for yourself. Vouchers are limited, so play more to increase your chances. And remember to watch the Saturday promo draw on Adum TV at 6 p.m. Dial *946# or visit www.gameparkgames.com to play it now. Terms and conditions apply. Game Park Games, more Mula, more power. Now let's go to Adanse. Adanse is going to Qatar. So Qatar is one of the most fascinating, fast-growing and beautiful places to visit this December, with Adanse travels from 8th to 15th December 2023 for only $1,990 for single sharing and $3,950 for couple. And then another tremendous combination of Africa's cleanest and rich cultured nation, that's Rwanda and Qatar, also from 6th to 13th December 2023 for only $1,990 for single sharing and $3,950 for couple. Experience the marvelous skyscrapers, state-of-the-art architecture, and dune bash on the Doha Desert with stunning scenery of the beach. In addition, all these packages come with your own return flight, Qatar visa, hotel accommodation, airport transfers, travel insurance, daily breakfast, guided shopping, city tours, and many more. So pay an initial deposit of $1,000 to lock your spot. Remember, limited seats available, so don't miss out. You can just call them on 059550817 or 055264826, or you can go to their website www.adansetravels.com to book now. Adanse at 10 Reloaded, it's still a vibe. Now the annual leadership lecture coming your way soon is the University of Professional Studies Accra, and they are presenting the 2023 annual leadership lecture on the topic reimagining Ghana's development trajectory for a peaceful and prosperous nation by 2057, and our 100th anniversary. And it's through the perspective of the people Mr. Kwame Dadzie, the renowned economist and statesman, is the august speaker. So this year's UPSA annual leadership lecture starts at 9:30 a.m. on Monday, December 11, 2023 at the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium on the UPSA campus. So come and let's engage minds to build Ghana. We are the change Ghana needs. You can get in touch with us, events at upsamail.edu.gh for further information. Still on Joe 99.7, your super station. Now, did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? I am telling you, yes. MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience